Hi, everyone. Welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. I am Kathy. It is nice to be back. I have not been here in a minute. Let me turn off my music and we can get started. And stop. Okay, here we are. Welcome, welcome. Let me see who's in the chat before we get started. And I see Stacy. Hey, Stace. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for rejoining. Let me see this one. I already thought I deleted this comment because we are already not going to do this with the bullying shit. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, so today, you know what the topic is. I was going to touch briefly on the hidden true crime, Lauren Mathias's, I don't know, her 9-hour video that she put out for all of you to watch. And I do want to talk about it. And I think it's important. And I think it's really important to our true crime community to speak of this because there are some really important issues here that matter. But before we do that, Norma Fisher-Mixon, is it disrespectful to refer to this as drama, isn't it? Well, you know, okay, that's a good question. But no, it is not disrespectful to refer to this specific situation as drama. And in fact, I'm doing it deliberately. I can tell you why. True crime versus community conflict, right? My channel, Left Undone, is dedicated to pursuing justice in real cases. And you guys can hear me okay, right? Make sure. Okay. So let me go. We can do. Anyway, so I just want to make sure you can hear me. So, okay, my channel is dedicated to pursuing justice in real cases, true crime cases, cases involving victims, law enforcement, criminal trials. That is, in fact, true crime. This situation, which involves an online feud, a friendship fallout, cryptic social media posts, and an alleged stalking case that was dropped before a judge could rule. That merits drama. I'm sorry, but it does, in my opinion. There's a legal distinction. The core issue is whether Christina's actions, Christina is the accused, right, constitute a crime like stalking. So when one side drops the case, they're signaling that they are unwilling to let the judicial system, the justice system, the system of justice that we have in this country, determine the truth. What remains after justice is removed from the equation is a public emotional conflict over a narrative. I mean, that's just what it is. That is, by definition, drama. You know, the act of sensationalism, Lauren Mathias took a personal conflict and she turned it into a 9-hour spectacle, an unprecedented piece of community entertainment built on her stress and accusations. So when you intentionally sensationalize your own personal conflict for massive public consumption, you are consciously transforming this all into drama. So for me, this is not my daytime gig. This is not my job. I'm barely here. Let's just put it that way. I am a hospice nurse. I am a registered nurse. I am a hospice nurse, and I sit at bedsides of people dying every single day. And this kind of stuff makes it very clear in my mind where people's priorities lie and that they really need to get a grip on what really matters in life. To me, what really matters is a whole lot more than this drama. So, you know, we in the true crime community, we need to maintain a clear line. We use our platforms to discuss true crime with respect for victims. And when a creator uses our true crime community our true crime community's interest to leverage a personal conflict for and to demand blind allegiance. That, my friends, is not true crime. So yes, I call it drama. It is a community conflict that has been divorced from the pursuit of justice and sensationalized for, I'm just going to say it, for entertainment. And by calling it what it is, reminds ourselves this is not a victim story. It is a story about narrative control and community integrity. That is my soapbox on why I named this HTC drama. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat before I continue. Hey, Christian. I was on Web Sleuths last night and got blocked for questioning Lauren's story. I don't think what Christina and her friends were doing is right, but Lauren's reaction is over the top. I got blocked on Web Sleuths last night too. And I will tell you, I am extremely disappointed in Trisha and her community for blocking me. We allow opinions here. Please feel free. Just don't be mean in the chat. Do not personally attack anybody in the chat, but please give your opinion. I will not block you if you are just saying why you believe Lauren's situation is not drama, or while it is why you believe it is valid. I'm fine with that. Please don't be afraid to speak up about that. That won't happen. I'm super disappointed that Trisha's called out and told them. And not only that, after that, they continued to blast me and bully me because I was blocked and couldn't reply. I have the screenshots and the text. Believe me, I have more than one channel. So, as you saw when I started my intro, I'm chatting with Kathy. That's my new channel where I will spend more time because true crime is one thing, but I have other things that we need to talk about. We need more positivity in our lives at this time. So over there will be a different platform of more than just true crime because we need it. We need it. Idaho. Hi, this Idaho mom. Kathy doesn't have to sell herself out to support herself. I do not. No, I do not. Like I said, I live in California. This is my home. I have a 2,500 square foot home that I own by myself. I work very hard. I work full time, and I don't. This costs me money. Let's just put it that way. Running the channel costs me money. Would you drop a court case if you knew it would be put out there, including your child to be victimized? But that's the narrative. That is the narrative. Why does that child even know anything? Why is that child even know? Why does that child even have any sense of what's going on here? That child's statements were put out in this 9-hour video. That's not re-victimizing this poor little 8-year-old boy. I'm saying I disagree with that. I have 4 children and I protect them with everything, and they're adults. So, and I have grandchildren. I have an 8-year-old grandson. So no, none of the child's business about what's going on with mama drama. Like, not. Like, I'm disappointed in Lauren, to be honest, when it comes to that. There was no demand for allegiance in my opinion. But what would you call 9 hours of this is what happened to me, and the other side isn't allowed to tell their story in front of a judge? Because I would say it's a demand for allegiance. You guys that are watching, you need to believe my story. I'm not giving the other person a chance to speak. No one's allowed. And the flying monkeys all over YouTube, including Trisha's channel yet last night, are the flying monkeys. They're running with the narrative without even allowing anybody to speak the other side. And I'm sorry, but I protect my community members, and the people that she is blasting are members, long-term members of my community here at Left Undone. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Right. Honestly, the Trisha I knew, I like Trisha. I've spoken to her. I've been on her show. I wanted to meet her at CrimeCon, but my CrimeCon got all messed up and I couldn't go. I like Trisha. I think she's a great woman, a nice person. She has a heart of gold. She loves animals. She has a pug. I have a pug. She has cats. Like, she's a great lady. But I have seen a change since she is no longer owning WebSleuth, but she's working for WebSleuth. And I feel like there's been a disconnect in who she really is and in her platform. And I feel like the need to get more and more views and have these bigger creators go on her channel, it helps her manage her business, which she's the manager of WebSleuth. Yes, there was a lot of awful things said about me. Yes, there was. And okay, so let me just, I have so many notes here that I want to bring up things. All right, so first of all, I am providing context and commentary on publicly made accusations and community behavior. And I'm not giving legal advice. I'm not giving you advice. This is just my focus today is on channel integrity, narrative control, and behavior I've witnessed within the true crime community, as I am saying to you right now. I think a 9-hour live stream was over the top, and I will flat out say that. And Trisha Griffith last night silencing me was not okay. It wasn't cool. I mean, you can do anything you want with your own channel, but why would you not let somebody say, hey, I know another side of the story. Let me just tell you, these are good, nice, genuine people that are being talked about and defamed. But Lauren's allowed to call out their names, say their names, defame them all over, and then nobody else is allowed to say, hey, those women have been a part of my channel for almost 6 years. Why are we, I don't know Christina, but the other ones she's naming have been a big part of the Left Undone Loyal Lou community, members, mods. So we're just going to defend them because no one else is allowed to. I'm going to do it on my channel, on my own platform. So, and the integrity of the true crime community, right? I was silenced. To trying to offer context. And so, yeah, I'm using my own platform because you can't silence me here, but you can leave, right? Also, there was I want to bring up this as well. There was a, let's see. All righty here. Okay. There was a comment under the comments here that I got rid of but I want to address it. Okay. The only thing on that comment that this person wrote was hypocrite to me, clearly. So I want to address that one word comment. Okay, you can call me a hypocrite. You can do whatever you want, but it's an interesting word choice, right? What is a hypocrite, right? Well, if we went to school, we know what a hypocrite is, but it highlights the exact kind of blind allegations and echo chamber, thinking that we're here to discuss today. If that commenter believes that because I, a true crime content creator, am addressing community drama, I am being a hypocrite. They see me speaking about fairness, and community integrity as hypocritical because I am not doing real true crime. Talking about this, right? Let me see. I want to look at you guys' comments because I'm missing them. Hold on. Okay. Just making sure that I'm not missing you guys, because I like to, one of the things I do love about my channel is to interact with you all. So back to the hypocrite comment. Again, it's an interesting word choice. It highlights the exact blind allegiance. I'm going to just say that again. And that's why I want to discuss this. And that's why I'm having this live stream today. As a creator, I believe I'm not being a hypocrite. You guys see me speaking about fairness and community integrity, and you see that as hypocritical, I guess, whoever this person is, because I'm not doing real life true crime cases, as I said. But let's talk about that for a moment, because it's fundamentally flawed. Hypocrisy is a claim. It's claiming a moral standard that you don't follow. And I am not claiming to be above online conflict. I am claiming that online conflict must be handled with integrity, transparency, and a respect for context and facts. The real hypocrisy is elsewhere. The real hypocrisy is dropping a legal case because you claim it's not for the cameras, and then turning around and running a 9-hour spectacle, reading the private documents you claimed were too sensitive for public record. The real hypocrisy is demanding truth and justice for victims in your cases, but then silencing and defaming former friends who question your narrative in your own life. My decision to address this drama is not an act of hypocrisy. It's an act of necessity and integrity. When a pattern of manipulation, channel sabotage, and the creation of an echo chamber affects my community members, people I know to be good, honest individuals, and is directly harmful to the whole true crime community's credibility, remaining silent, in my opinion, would be the true act of hypocrisy. My channel, Left Undone, it's here to seek the truth and to follow true crime and to be here for the victims. And sometimes seeking the truth means exposing the narrative created within our own community. So to that hypocrisy commenter, thank you. Your single word perfectly framed the problem I am choosing to follow, while my standard of integrity, others are choosing to be hypocritical, I would say, yes, in their pursuit of control. So let's talk about the facts, right? We are going to talk about the facts, stalker evidence versus reality. Let me look at your comments again. There are more than two sides, but the only people we can talk to are one side or the other. Because I think a lot of creators are addressing this drama because they want to get more views on their videos, to be honest. Maybe. I mean, that's not what I'm doing it for. I barely am here. So I don't care about views. This is not my job. I don't make money off of this. I don't care. I really don't. I like a good, solid community of people. That's what I'm for. And this other stuff is unnecessary. And it's just unnecessary. Let me just say that. I've stayed quiet for about 6 years. Lauren has never been nice to me, and I've never, ever, ever brought it up. She has never been approachable. She has never been nice to me, and she has talked behind my back, and she has done things behind my back, and she has stolen ideas from my Discord. And I'm not going to even go there, because this isn't a personal vendetta I have against Lauren. I have never said anything in 6 years, but I'm just going to tell you that true colors have been there, and I have never, ever, ever brought it up. And I'm not going to now, except for I just want to tell you that there is a history, and there has been this long lasting, lingering thing that has gone on. And yeah, so it's been there, and I haven't talked about it. I absolutely agree with you. Grew women behaving like mean schoolgirls. All the women involved have children of their own. Right. And that's why I'm saying this. This is not true crime. This is not why would you not allow the judge to decide? Because you know what? There's a reason for that. The reason is the judge flat out told Lauren that you can't consider stalking people saying mean things about you online. It's not considered stalking. People saying mean things about you is not considered stalking. So the judge wanted her to be clear that, you know, and honestly, I think it would have been very humiliating for her to go to court, have those cameras there, and lose. So take your books and go home and sit in front of your camera for 9 hours and tell your side of the story and only your side of the story. And don't let anybody hear anything else but your side. It's just not cool. It's just not. It's just not cool. You know, sharing cryptic TikToks. You know, Christina didn't even have followers hardly on her TikTok until this week when this whole 9-hour video came out and drew attention to it. Christina was doing whatever Christina was doing was very cryptic. She only mentioned, well, she used Lauren's voice in one. I did see that. She did show a hot mic moment when Lauren caught herself saying something negative about a victim and realized it, and then pedaled back and said something nice about that victim. So think about that, right? People were like, who are you talking about? What are you talking about? Nobody would have known anything. A small handful of people, a couple hundred people, whatever views she was getting on TikTok before. And now she's getting thousands and thousands of views, and people are going to go in there and be bullies, and they're going to do the same thing, and they're going to be mean. And then other people are going to go in there and they're going to be kind and they're going to support it. But I mean, yeah. But Norma, I'm not the person that said hypocrite. Obviously, I won't say a name because they were asked not to, but these women videoed and actually said awful things to victims. That's not cool either. I don't know. Show me some of that evidence. I don't know. She's mad at Law and Crime for wanting to air the court hearings. Duh, it's a public domain. Right. Anybody can be in any court of law at any time. And, you know, Law and Crime, maybe they weren't even going to show up, to be honest. They file all the cases that I've seen, even the ones out here that they never go to, they automatically file to be allowed to be in the courtroom and be the recording venue people that, you know, because it's a pool, and then it all goes out to the other creators or news people. So they maybe weren't even going to be in there. I'm just saying, like, I've seen them because I asked them when I was at the Daybell case. There's a case that I've been following in California for a really long time, and they had submitted their request to record this case, right? Or to be in their courtroom with cameras. And I asked them, and I said, are you going to be in this case? And they're like, oh, we don't know yet. It just depends on what's going on at that time. Otherwise, but yeah, we do that. We file to go into courtrooms because we don't know. Might be a good opportunity. It's already done. It's in writing. They can do it. They're allowed, right? Versus last minute or whatever. Thank you, Mark. We'll check that out. I would like All Concerned to use skill to have a review of as Emily Pike. The news reporters are not your friend. They air news. Exactly. And I'm sorry, you wanted a big old YouTube channel to the point of elbowing other people out, and now you're saying that you're just how did she word it? She's just she's not a professional oh my gosh, I'm losing the words. You know, she's not a public figure. She's a minor public figure or something like that. You know what? Any of us right now that have made your YouTube channels that we go on this where people can stop and watch, we're public figures. Me and my little tiny channel, we're public figure now. So And she was a news reporter for 10 years. So she's still a public figure. Exactly. It was like adding fuel to the fire, in my opinion. It's a tit for tat situation. I respect everyone who is involved, but in the end, I honestly don't think that our opinions will matter. Interesting to me that those on all sides of the drama are female. Men don't do this. Makes me ashamed of my gender. Women are very catty. They always have been, and for whatever reason, they will be. They do the mean girl thing. There's movies about it. It's always been a thing. And it's really sad. It really is. Let's see. Janice seems to say negative things about the victims. I've met Janice once at the Daybell trial. I did not interact with her more than a good morning or a hello. So I'm not speaking on behalf of Janice at all. I'm not speaking on behalf of anybody. I'm just telling you about the people that I know that, and my opinion on going on a 9-hour rant when you could have done this in a court of law, because that's what you wanted. You decided, you filed this, you went to the judge, you went to the court and said, this person is stalking me. And now because cameras are going to be there, all of a sudden you drop it and everybody's supposed to feel like you're the victim. I mean, go back to court. Let's hear what the judge has to say, you know? She's okay reporting after others' losses and pain and drama, but hers being reporting on is a big no for her. Exactly. That's a hypocrite right there. The hot mic incident showed Lauren's manipulation tactics. Right. Because she said something negative and then she turned around and said something positive. Hot mic. Lauren is crying about all the mean text messages that she has in her phone that she said about other people. So if you want to go through my phone, go. There are no mean text messages about anybody. There's none. Nobody. There's no mean text messages in my phone about anybody. So what does that tell you? Well, I'm crying because now all my mean text messages are going to get out and I have to apologize to people that I said things that they weren't supposed to know I said about them. What? Okay. So now that people know what you said about them, now you're sorry, but you weren't sorry when you said them or when nobody was going to know. Plenty of creators are envious of Hidden True Crime's huge subscriber base. So none of this surprises me. She has a huge subscriber base. It's her full-time job. She leaves her family to go sleep on court steps. She does. She is all about having a big YouTube channel to support her family. Very much so. You aren't going to catch me sleeping on any court steps. You aren't going to catch me at more than the Daybell trial, maybe one locally. I'm not getting on planes and going anywhere. That is her full-time job. My full-time job is to go to work every day and help families cope with the loss of their family member actively dying or getting close to death. And that is my calling, and that is what matters to me. Yes, the true crime community matters to me because I think the victims need a voice, but it's not about being some big YouTube channel. It really isn't for me. But I can see why it's very important, and I can see why other YouTubers would want that for their own livelihood as well. But you got to do what she does. You got to go sleep on court steps in the middle of the freezing cold, She sets up lights, sound, and camera, has a production crew, gets into bed, and films a crying grift thing. People buy that. That's what I mean. Like, you guys, it's And why was that crying thing recorded months and months ago? Like, this was all, I have a hard time with that one. I feel bad she's going through this. Her brother died and her mom is dying. My brother died in 2023. I can relate to that. It's horrible to lose a sibling, especially when you were close to. I feel for her when it comes to that for sure. Her mom is dying. Her mom's on hospice. I have a lot of patients on hospice that are not actively or dying or in transition. They're on hospice because they're not seeking aggressive treatment. And yes, they will eventually die, like us all. But I don't know what her mom's situation is. She said that she was supposed to be there with her mom on hospice, but she's had to film this 7-hour video instead. That kind of that bothered me when she said that, because this is what I do for a living, and family members, when somebody's transitioning, meaning they are actively dying, they are transitioning to leave their bedside. So I sure as heck hope that her mom isn't actively dying right now, because that would be my YouTube channel is more important than my mom, right? That's how I feel about that, because I know what happens. I have plenty of patients that are in hospice. I have patients that are in hospice for 3 years. I have one patient she's been with us for 3 years. So, most people go into hospice way too late. Hospice is a great, great, great thing to have if you are not seeking aggressive treatment. If you are no longer going to do chemotherapy, if you are no longer going to do dialysis, which if you aren't, you're probably going to go fairly fast. You're not going to have surgery for something, that will eventually take your life. So you can tell me that her mom's on hospice, and yes, I know it's difficult, but on September 21st, my children lost their father suddenly. He collapsed in a restaurant on Sunday watching football and died up in, 5 hours away from where my kids live. And they got the call that their dad's on the way to the hospital. And I was married to this man for 15 years. So I know what loss is, and I know how hard it is. And my poor kids are going through that right now. We're planning the funeral. I have the will. I have the will, and I'm the executor and all that kind of stuff too. And he was only 66 years old. So I get it. And I don't know if anybody said awful things about my brother, but I'm assuming you're talking about the fact that Lauren said something about donating her brother's sperm or getting it, something like that. Is that what you're talking about? Because you can donate organs and all that kind of stuff. So odds are it came up during that conversation about, do you want to donate organs? Obviously she said something about it. It might have gotten twisted. I don't know. Her mom's not well. She's making very poor decisions unless she wants to be a drama grifter. It's hard to tell. Right. And we don't know, there's HIPAA laws. We don't know. We don't know what her mom has, what she's dying of, if it's active, taking her out, or if she's been on it for a while. That her 9-hour post made a lot of money. Yeah, it did. Okay. My big thing was with this is they both live in 2 different states, right? One lives in Utah, one lives in Nevada. The core conflict of this, you guys, just appears to be a fallout between friends. And it's a fallout between friends. And then it turned into a whole big old mean girl fight, not cool stuff. But the people that are not allowed to speak or are not speaking deserve some respect as well. You cannot just blindly say, Lauren's right, they're all wrong. We know that's all we need to hear. Let's shut up everybody else. Echo chamber, you're not allowed to have an opinion, Kathy. Don't come in someone's chat with an opinion. We're all here just to be saying the same thing, right? And that, to me, really, when Trisha did that last night in her community, and Detective's Daughter, and all you people that were just could sit there afterwards and bash me once you silenced me. Come on, you guys. We as a community know that is super uncool. Exactly. I don't feel like she was threatened. How many times has she come face to face with Christina? From what I can tell, very little. And she at CrimeCon made sure that Christina couldn't get in. She paid for a very expensive ticket. Christina clearly was not going to beat her up, shove her down, hit her with a fork in her eye, go postal on her. Like, come on. It's so ridiculous. Women on social media, what could go wrong, right? Here's my opinion. You are cold. I am not cold. I am an actual warm, loving, wonderful person that cares about people deeply. What's cold is not letting other people speak their truth and crying about it for 9 hours. Your side. That's cold. She's calling out people that are friends with Christina, not just Christina. She's calling out really kind people that I've known for 5 years. And that's cold. I'm looking at your comments. You can absolutely share your thoughts here. The rules are please just be kind to each other and don't attack anybody. Thank you, Stacy. But my focus is on the impact this drama has on people like my friends who have been publicly defamed. And if you don't think that Lindsay and the others have been publicly defamed, you're wrong, because they have. So I will definitely protect my community over chasing drama. And that's what I'm doing here today. And you guys think that they're stalkers, or who said that? You're part of, in Trisha's thing the other night, she said, I'm part of the stalker girls or group. I haven't even been to any of these places with these people. So that word stalker is why we're here. We're here to discuss it. I'm defending my friends and against these public allegations. This is not stalking. This is not law. The law does not describe this as stalking. You are allowed to speak. You are allowed to make videos. You are allowed to post a text message you got from somebody and show it to the world if you want. This only equates, it's not stalking. It's a bad breakup between friends. That's what it is. And it turned into the most ridiculous thing of all. Everybody should go read Mel Robbins' The Let Them Theory. Let them. If Lauren and Christina would have read The Let Them Theory, this would have never gone to this. They would have been like, let them be a bitch. Let them talk behind my back. Let them, and let me be me. It's an excellent, excellent book. I've listened to it now on audio twice, and I'm going to listen to it again because it really is truly a good way to look at yourself as a person and really get to know who you are and why you feel the way you are, and to not let other people cause you harm emotionally. Just let them, right? It's a really good book. I don't know if any of you have read it. Let me know in the chat. Hey, 45 months. Thank you, Stacy. I am letting them. You're not letting them, are you? I'm sincerely confused. I'm letting them. I'm giving you my opinion. I'm letting them, but you can't shut people down when you bring something up publicly. Like, they together should have let them. I have a voice. Some of the other people don't have a channel, and they're not going to come on and start a channel just to defend themselves because they're not. But I would like to know. I would like to stand up for my friends, and that's what I'm doing. And you guys know these people, and they've been your friends in my chats, and they've been, and I'm sorry, but what they're not jealous of Lauren, believe me. They're not. They have their own lives and big deal things going on in their own lives that are great. So nobody's jealous. They're just protecting Christina. That's how I feel about it. There's difference between trying to assess evidence in a cool-headed way and being cold. LM used the courts and LE wrongly, and a judge was about to tell her so. Well, and that's what I got from this, that the judge was like, people can say mean things about you. It's not against the law. You guys are perfect example, calling me cold, saying mean things again about me right here. Oh my God, you're a stalker. You're saying mean things about me in my live chat. Come on, think about it. If you can come into my chat and say mean things about me, and that's okay, then what's wrong with Christina posting videos about somebody that she doesn't like? Make it make sense. Make it make sense, please, please. Make it make sense. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Stacy. Let me get back to my little outline so I can talk about this in an order that makes sense. You know, Christina was told or somebody told Christina that Lauren said she was annoying. She went up to Lauren and said, I heard what you said about me, that I'm annoying. That's not stalking. I mean, or I need more than that, right? So when somebody lives in Utah and the other person lives in Nevada, and the core conflict appears to be a fallout between former friends, how is that stalking? Right? The primary purpose of a 9-hour stream, in my opinion, was not to seek justice, but to control the narrative. And I've said that a bunch of times now after dropping the case. You know, making the narrative, that's the focus instead of. And Dr. John and their little boy, Dr. John, she's crying about his blood pressure being high. You know, so let it go. Nobody is stalking you. Go be with your family. Make it matter. Like I said, my ex-husband had chronic hypertension, and guess what? It got him at 66 years old the other day, and he dropped dead. So really put what's important in front of this YouTube drama, friend fight, Christina. Seriously, life is too freaking short, and it ends like that sometimes. And the 8-year-old, that little 8-year-old will have that just really bothers me that they're bringing up the 8-year-old's trauma with all of this, because the 8-year-olds shouldn't know any of this. Christina's not peeking in their windows. Christina's not following the kid home from school. Christina's not knocking on their windows. Christina's not sending them gifts with cryptic messages in the mail to their house, you know, like a freaking, you know, movie. Oh my goodness, look, I got a package. Oh my God, there's a knife in it. Okay, that might be stalking, right? But if the situation was so dire and personal, crying about family safety, crying about her family's not safe, why would you decide to do a 9-hour video instead of letting the authorities and the judge make the decision, right? If you're that afraid. And reading the documents you claimed were too sensitive for law and crimes cameras, but they're okay for your cameras. You're talking about your little boy's trauma over this and your husband's, oh my God, not law and crime can't film it, but I'm gonna do it. Make it make sense, you guys. Really, seriously, I can't make it make sense. Not for the camera in the courtroom with the judge deciding, hearing both sides, but for 9 hours straight on YouTube. Makes no sense to me. It was a big trial and everyone wanted to be number one, dog eat dog. Yeah, I guess a lot of people did do that. With all due respect, I could tell when my parents were under extreme distress at 7 years old. Yeah, kids can. That's what I mean. Like, this should not have gone to that point. Like the child, this should have been let go a long time ago. You and Christina work together. You guys are pissed off at each other. And now she's making TikToks. Well, don't look at them. It's not a crime. Maybe it's a little overly over the top obsessive if she's making TikToks about you. I don't know, maybe be flattered about it that you're that important. But to turn it into this she's going to come kill me kind of thing. I mean, there are real victims out there with real stalkers that have real problems, right? Didn't like it. You can go. No, but honestly, it's you can walk right out the door. If you're bored, bye. You don't like honestly, I'm sure there's a lot better things for you to do on a Saturday afternoon than listen to me because I'm really nobody. And so have a good time. Bye. Go to the beach. Go sit in the sun. I don't know where you are. It might be cold. Out here, it's beautiful. It's going to be 80 something degrees today. So I'm going to put my feet in the pool when I'm done here. All right. Right. It was very cryptic. Very cryptic. Okay. I am genuinely, just to say, I am genuinely concerned for Grayson's well-being. She's 24 years old, you guys. She's a young child. And the public discussion of her anxiety and her having to see a psychiatrist and has to be medicated over this. I mean, come on, this is this is over the top. If that is affecting that little girl that much, this is bad. She needs to step away. I know she loves Lauren and the family and everything, but at 24 years old, you don't need that kind of stress. If this is causing that for you, Grayson needs to go away. It's too much. I feel like she needs to just step away from all this. Take a break at least, minimum. That's manipulative leadership, right? Saying how, but poor Grayson's all like, oh my gosh, let's just share all her HIPAA, information, her mental health. It follows you for the rest of your life. I might add, like when you try to go get life insurance someday and you've written down and the doctor has diagnosed you with anxiety and depression, it's going to show up and you're not going to be able to afford life insurance. Like if this is causing you that much stress, why are you still there? Your mental health is way more important than being a producer in this one woman show. But yeah, that weaponizes that's manipulative leadership, and that weaponizes the distress of younger person. I think it's really unfair. Flying monkey, pawn, minion, it's only for content and personal defense. Not cool. Super not cool. When the pursuit of justice starts harming the physical and mental health of people involved, you have to question the person driving the narrative. You just do. I'm going to read the screenshots from last night where I was bullied and Trisha's hold on, let me find them. Because I will say again, I'm extremely disappointed that Trisha Griffith would silence another creator for trying to say that she knows these people and these are lovely people. And Trisha knows them too. They've been members of hers. They've been in her chats. They've been following her for years. Probably not anymore. Because I'm not. I'm done. Because that's not the way we run our communities here. We allow people to speak. It's your First Amendment right, and we have a platform so people can speak. You guys are speaking right now. I don't have to agree with you. Just don't be mean to anybody, and don't be mean to me. Little Miss, I'm bored. Blah 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 is being kind of a jerk, and she should have probably been timed out a little bit here because it's not okay. She made Grayson read 6 years of her messages. That's totally sick. No employee will be honest about if they want to keep their job. That I agree. 6 years 5.5, I think is the way they put it. 5.5 years. They said 6, but then they corrected it at one point. Yeah. Page. I didn't realize the true crime community was so cutthroat. Isn't there enough real crime to go around for everybody? I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. And this is just me because these people are good people, though. And I don't know Christina. I don't know Janice, but I know the other ones. And they're good people and they don't deserve this. Well, I mean, there's always, I don't see everything because I'm trying to pay attention to my notes. I'm trying to pause as much as I can to look at this, but I don't see everything going by on my screen. I mean, she can ask questions, but doesn't mean that she's guaranteed an answer. If you want a guaranteed answer, send us super chat. I don't know. That it matters to me, but I will definitely answer that because I that's kind of common kindness and respect, right? All right, I just want to find these real quick. Hold on. Okay. So when I was in the chat last night, someone by Diana Storm said, Kathy left undone. I had done homework and researched both sides. I disagree with you. So has she spoken to everybody? Has she had a conversation with the other people that I have had a conversation with? I heard Lauren's story because she spinned it for 9 hours right out to all of us. Like I actually gave up 9 hours of my life for some reason to watch all that. Because when I saw the title, oh my goodness, Lauren has a stalker. I'm like, oh, poor Lauren, she has a freaking stalker. This is scary shit. And I go and I start watching and she's crying, and then law and crime. And I can't do it now because law and crime. Like, wait, what? Wait, who? And then she's naming my friends. Like, I was like, I knew nothing about this. They never told me this stuff. They're not going around talking about it, And so then I was like, what the hell, you guys? What's happening? And then I was able to find out the other side of the story. And it's nonsense that Lauren has turned this into such a big freaking thing that shouldn't be. Rebecca. Do you know Grayson? I think you should reach out and see if she's okay. If you do, I'm worried about her. She seems so sad and wept loose after what she's been through with that whole group. I feel bad for her. I feel like there's a lot of manipulation and she's young. I mean, if she's not even 25, your brain isn't even done yet. And she's saying that it's affecting her like this. Right? So yeah, I mean, it's sad. I don't know her. But yeah, I would be concerned about her for sure. And she's welcome to come talk to me. Let's see. I'm gonna see where else. Somebody, Sheena, said, Kathy left undone. Just listening to the TikTok videos is disturbing. I don't know what good can be seen in those. And, to each his own, right? I mean, yeah, if somebody was putting my texts and making TikTok videos, but it's not stalking. You can be mad at somebody without it being stalking. And that's my point. It might have been uncool or whatever. She's just trying to tell her side of the story very cryptically, but it's not this. It's not this. She's not peeking in their windows. She's not following her kid home from school. She's not, sending them knives in the mail. Like, no. And then somebody says, then spill it, Kathy. Stop with this innuendo. What did Lauren do to deserve this? Nothing, because no one deserves this. What did Lauren do to deserve this? Lauren brought this on herself. Instead of just walking away and gray rocking Christina when they decided they had a falling out, she was hashtag free Grayson, like free Britney, but she's free. Let's see. Kathy left undone. You assume we haven't. I've already researched it and debunked several of Stalker's claims. It took less than 5 minutes. Why are we calling her Stalker? First of all, that's super uncool. Lauren calls her Stalker. So I'm not going to use her name. I'm going to call her Christina Stalker. Oh, Christina. Well, oops, I'm not going to use her name. My stalker. How is that not bullying right there? Nobody has proven that she's a stalker. This is how it works. You think somebody's stalking you, you want a restraining order against somebody, you can immediately file for a restraining order and they will sign it and they will give it to you. But it's temporary until they get to hear the other side of the story. Once the other person gets to show up in court, then there's two sides that the judge gets to listen to and decide if it actually deserves a restraining order. And my guess would be that Lauren was told, because she was told, people saying mean things about you online is not stalking. And that would have been embarrassing for her to lose with the law and crime channel cameras there. It would have been embarrassing and it would have hurt her ego. That's what I can say. The drama channels talk about each other all the time. Is that stalking? They certainly do. They certainly do. And this is the first time I've ever done it. but you know, this, like I said, I was fed the material for this, and I know the people that are being called horrible, mean girls, you know, and yeah, it probably went too far on both sides, but it's not stalking. My point is, it's not stalking. This is turned into something it shouldn't be. What Stalker is doing is beyond crazy. Stalker. Like, you know, the people need to realize that they're adding to the problem instead of being defending Lauren. Nobody asked about any of the other people. They went, they watched a TikTok, they listened to Lauren's 9-hour cry and all the pity party stuff, like my brother died and my mom's on hospice and yada yada. We all got problems, man. We all got problems. My mom lives with me and she has dementia and she's lost like 80 pounds and she barely eats and she's this close to being on hospice, this close. But the only reason she's not is because I am here and I am her nurse. And I actually took a leave of absence from work right now to care for my mother. So we all got these same problems, but she's in my house in the other room in a recliner watching Dr. Phil, because on Roku TV, you can watch it all day long if you want. Let's see. So the stalker was hanging out with Anjanette Levy. These people all know each other in this community. And I'm telling you, these people have connections to bigger people than Lauren. They do. So odd how you put in for a restraining order for the most popular true crime event of the year. Weird. Why leave your child once again to go if all that is happening? Exactly. If you're really scared for your child, what are you doing at CrimeCon? Oh, and making sure that the girl can't get into CrimeCon. Right, because she's going to come throat punch you in the middle of CrimeCon. Yeah, I just, sorry, I'm not buying it. Not buying it. Oh, Madam Whipass says, the name Kathy left undone is very telling. Is it now? Is it? I think Kathy is a troll and heavily involved with the 7 gatherers. She probably shouldn't be on this page. This is the stuff Trisha's allowing in her live stream and her mods. Does anybody think that that's okay? Now I'm part of the 7 gatherers. Okay. Mean girls in chat, in Trisha's chat, and Trisha allowed this. Trisha allowed me to be bullied, but I got silenced first, so they could just go on and bully me. Not cool, Trisha. Not cool at all. I thought you had more I thought you were more professional. I thought you were kinder. I thought you were a better person than that. And you told them to silence me. I heard you. And then let everybody just go along and talk about me. Another creator, one of the people that you, when I walked out of the Daybell case, you were like, Kathy, call me, put me on. Oh, because you couldn't be there. Kathy, tell us what happened in there. La, 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 la. Like, report for us. You're at the Daybell case. But no, silence her when she says that Lauren is being a crybaby, or there's another side to the story, is what I said. These other people are very nice people. You go back and you find what I said, and I didn't say anything mean, nothing that should have gotten put on blast or got sent away. Ha ha ha, the 7 gatherers. Oh, sorry, that's too funny. If you know, you know. Exactly. Right? I haven't met all those Melanies and people in real life, so you know, I don't know how I could be part of it. I'm not defending Lauren or other grown women involved. It's embarrassing, the behaviors of Lauren and the rest of the women. Right. Right. For those that know, the 7 gatherers were, yeah, Melanie and Melanies and Christina, and I'm already forgetting their damn names. Yes, you got silenced and stayed to take screenshots. Because why? Because we're all friends. Yes. And you stayed to take screenshots. Yes. Yes, because we're friends. I couldn't see this. Stacy saw it. I did go on my other channel for a little bit. I could see, I was like, whatever. Then I was talking to Holly on the phone because being bullied in Trisha's live stream is just super ridiculous. Let's see. Kathy, left undone. Lauren is not perfect, but there is more to know about this. I'm glad you're here, even if not everyone agrees. Now that was nice. And that is Donna. That is Sis. She is she's a Facebook friend. I've known her through the Daybell case. She's been a very good supporter of my channel. And that was something appropriate to say to me. Kathy, left undone, Lauren is not perfect, but here is more to know about this. I'm glad you're here, even if not everyone agrees. That is kind. That is a kind person. That is how you reply to people. So, oh yeah, here's where in the very mods, can we please give Kathy the boot? Bipolar Express. Mods, can we please give Kathy the boot? And they did. And then this is just ridiculous. And I'm real, like I said, I've said a million times, I'm really disappointed in Trisha Griffith with this and her mods. Not really cool. Let people speak. Right. Thank you, Cassandra. You shouldn't have been silenced. There's always a warning with true crime channels to say, in my opinion, or allegedly, people should be able to express their opinions if they're not rude. And honestly, I would love the screenshots of what I said, because all I said was, you guys, there's 2 sides to story, and I know these people and they're good people. Carolina, I really wish I was there last night on Web Sleuths. I know that I could have definitely de-escalated the situation in the chat. I know that this is absolutely is not at all like them to do this. No, everybody's okay. 9 hours and 250,000 people watching got you some ammo and some, filled up your cup, filled you up with the stuff you needed, because the girls are being mean and you don't like them anymore and they don't like you anymore, and you need all these people on your side. Like, it's just not cool. So, in the true crime community, everybody claims it's all about truth and justice. And then this kind of stuff goes on. But the person crying on screen, when the person crying on the screen is somebody that you follow and you like, I mean, Lauren has a lot of supporters. She has our hidden gems, which is amazing. It's great. A lot of people like Lauren and follow Lauren. And so as regular people in her community see her crying, it's going to break your heart, right? And with that, you choose blind allegiance and emotional defense, over where you should go, wait, let me see. Let me question this a little bit. Let me get some more information. Where are the facts? Let me see the facts. What's the other side? Automatically silencing the context and immediately resort to calling former friends stalkers and ridiculous. You're turning your back on the very principles that we claim to stand for in the true crime community. We're here to support victims. So, I've seen comments on my shorts that say I watched the stalker's video and she's just obsessed because Lauren called her annoying, or no normal adult would keep posting cryptic TikTok messages, as many of you said. So let me speak about that. At first glance, yeah, when one starts posting repetitive, cryptic messages, content about former friendship, it can look like obsession or stalking. I will agree, it can look like that, especially when being viewed, through the filter of a 9-hour crying video that you're making to tell everybody how this has affected you, right? It's very emotional, and it confirms that exact bias. Crying for 9 hours about it confirms the exact bias to the people that care about you and watch you and follow you. But this is where there's a question here that Lauren doesn't want you to ask. We have information that some of these cryptic images of mean or hostile text messages actually written by Lauren were on there. They were. Christina posted mean text messages that Lauren put up. Calling Janice a swinger. That message is a lot more detailed than Grayson made it sound. But I digress. If it's true, it changes the dynamic, right? Because it shifts from just crying about being called annoying to one party using their platform to document and push back against what they perceive as targeted meanness or manipulation from the other. Christina spoke up because she was being bullied or felt bullied or manipulated, or Lauren was being unkind to her. And so she used her own platform to send out these messages. And so is it stalking or is it a fight? Posting mean-spirited or angry content about someone in the real world. Is it a digital fight or an online feud? The law is very clear. It's clear on this. Saying mean things about people online is not against the law. Posting any angry content about somebody is not against the law. If it is, then somebody should get a restraining order against Lauren right now for her long 9 hours calling out Lindsay and Janice and, everybody she named. That's mean content. I mean, somebody could say it is, right? Somebody could take it that way. So it's just the same. You're doing to her what you say was stalking to you. The judge allegedly told her, this isn't against the law. So there's a double standard. And, if we agree that one party posting cryptic, angry content is obsessive, what do we call the other party with a 9-hour video? Please tell me. A public platform, 9 hours. When we're saying that this girl over here posting these TikToks is so bad and so stalkerish that you're going to sit there for 9 hours and do the exact same thing that you're saying she's doing, reading your sensitive court documents, leveraging your 24-year-old producer's mental health, all to defame the exact same person. Yeah, that's not just obsessive. That is hyper-calculated, platform-driven campaign to control the narrative. One, a messy, low-reach feud on TikTok. The other is a massive, high-reach, orchestrated effort to use the true crime audience to destroy someone's reputation. So when you hear somebody argue that Christine is just annoying, recognize that you're being asked to accept a label that nearly dismisses the context and allows you to ignore the far more sophisticated, high-reach manipulation happening on the other side. And that is why I'm here defending. I'm going to look. I would like to see the transcript for the first day of Christina's hearing in Provo. I would like to see that too. And I think that there's a reason why people are being quiet, because I think there's more to come here. I don't know. I spoke to my friends. They personally, I don't blame them, don't want their names being blasted. Lauren's done enough of that. But I told them that I was going to come on here and I was going to speak my mind. And I did. And especially me being silenced from other content creators, it's just crap, man. I'm telling you, that's just crap, because I've always been kind to your community. I've donated to you. To both of them, to all of them. To Lauren, I've sent her super chats and stuff. They get ignored, but I have. I want to hear it because Kathy hasn't really said anything. I just thought she was going to give more info. Right. Okay. So I am telling you that I'm telling you my experience. I am not doing hearsay or gossip. I'm telling you my experience with these people who were extremely helpful to me at the trials, at the Daybell trials, with me, on my community. These are nice people that I know in person, that I've spent much time with, and they are not mean girls. And they are not. They're on Christina's side, because Christina's gotten in this position where all this started before Christina ever even put up a TikTok video, right? All this started before that, right? And then Christina venting, putting up her TikTok video. I don't know Christina. I'm telling you, I met her at the Daybell trial, but I don't know her. I didn't have dinner with her. I didn't sit with her. I didn't share a cab from the airport with her like I did with others. But I'm not going to come here and go, well, Lindsay told me this and Lori told me that. Whoops. And I'm not going to, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to say, from my experience, these people are good people. And this 9-hour rant is a way to push a narrative. And in real life, if you're really afraid for your life and you flew all the way to Utah to file this restraining order, and then because Long Crime was going to film it, and you caused all this stuff. These people had to go. These people had to go up there and sit there in court to say their part. These witnesses, like, this is so much over the top ridiculousness that it's insane. I would love to see the transcripts. And and I know I could have asked for them, but I'm not going that far. Thank you, Tamara. If you go on Christina's TikTok, they're on there. Because that's where apparently these texts are supposedly, now this is what Lauren's all upset about. She said in her 9-hour live that she said mean things in text about people, and these are going to be getting exposed. And so I don't know. I don't know who's planning on exposing her, if anybody, but that's what I'm thinking happened here, that she just went on this freak out because mean stuff that she was going to say, that she said, is going to be exposed. I think that's the biggest fear right now. I mean, because she did go on about it for a while. The alleged screamer is the sweetest, kindest person you can imagine. No way would she scream at Lauren's face. 100% lie. Oh, exactly. Nicest person. So you know what? It's so funny because we had a conversation in Boise, and I said, there's just something that has rubbed me the wrong way about Lauren for a long time. And she completely said, no, she's great. She's a wonderful person. She's nice. She's kind. She's this, she's that. I've gotten to know her. I'm like, okay, my gut instinct is just different than yours. And you are a very kind person, because mine was just very different than that. Because I've tried with Lauren, believe me, when we were there, I invited her to go with us. I said to them, invite her to go to dinner with us. She said no every time. Now, when I wasn't there, she went to dinner with them. Lauren's had something against me for a long time, because I did put out the Daybell story before she ever got here. And we never got along after that for some reason. And that's not me. I can tell you that. I really don't agree with anyone manipulating other people's text messages and copying someone's voice for fun and games, and later to say the other is finally getting beat down. Suicide is real pushing. Yeah, I know. That's not cool. I personally wouldn't share text, but it's not illegal to share text. Exactly. Journey to get there. That's valid. And I saw another person talk about her stalker yesterday. You know, I watched yesterday, Jay for Justice. She has a channel called Everyday Jay, or Jay Every Day, or something like that. And she went through Lauren's entire and paused it and commented and paused it and commented. And she had a lot of really good points. And she didn't even really know anything about Lauren. And she's been here on the true crime community a lot longer than Lauren or me. Someone over the edge is literally mean and cruel. Where does this game end? Right. It's been dropped. So as far as the law is concerned, she is not a stalker. So if you keep calling her a stalker, you're defaming her at this point, right? Her name is Christina. Call her Christina. She's not Lauren dropped it. You can't keep calling her a stalker if you're not going to go through and use the law. Like you're all about the law. You're all about truth and justice for victims. And you're saying you're a victim, but then you're going to walk away from the law. You can't keep calling her a stalker. You can't. You know, my channel's here to seek truth. And sometimes seeking the truth means exposing narratives that are created within our own community. And that's why I am talking about this today. So I am not going to speak for the other women, but I am going to stand up for them and tell you that they are good, nice people. And a lot of you know that. Yes. Jay Every Day. Holly, what's the name of her channel? Everyday Jay has been great streaming the last 2 days. Yes. She has streamed the entire 9 hours with commentary. She has a lot of time on her hands too, but she dropped it. You can't call Christina a stalker anymore. I'd be very, very, very careful, because now we're defaming her, right? Lauren needs to be careful. And I'm sure I'm trying to change the narrative. No, because I actually spoke to somebody that went to the court and was told that it was dropped because the judge wasn't gonna agree to it. That he told her flat out that this is not stalking. That's why it was dropped. Lauren's narrative is a spin. The true narrative from the courtroom was that it's not stalking. There is no excuse to drop something you fear. Absolutely. If I had someone that I considered a stalker and I was scared for my life and my family, you think that I wouldn't have 40,000 cameras put up all around my house and making sure my kid got picked up from school and dropped off with my eyes watching him, and, all of that. So, right. She was a stalker, but the temporary order was only temporary to keep. It's a temporary order to keep them away from each other, not a stalker. You're not considered a stalker yet. Someone comes to you and says, court of law, I have this person that's really bothering me, and I feel like I'm being stalked. I'm being stalked. An action. I am being stalked by this person named this, right? I am being stalked by this person named Christina, and I'm scared. Okay, well, the judge isn't going to bring you right in and go, get her on the phone. Let's talk to her too right now. So the judge trusts you, the court system trusts you to say, okay, we're going to trust you right now for 30 days till we can get you both in here to hear the story. So let's just have this person make sure they stay away from you. By law, stay away from you. It's not a judgment. It's not a conviction. It is stay away. This happened to me. I got my ex-husband, when he got married to his new wife, she was a BI, like total bitch, right? And I called my kids one day. Oh, thank you so much there, Idaho mom. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for standing up for the truth. Buy yourself something nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Right. The judge wanted both sides. So, let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, okay. So this woman that he married, her name was Laura. They got divorced soon after. But I called my kids to talk to them. And my son was like, oh, yeah, dad's in Las Vegas at something with somebody for something. I don't know. He was in Las Vegas. I remember that, on a business trip or something. And I said, oh, I didn't know that. Our divorce says I have first right of refusal. You guys are supposed to stay with me if I want you on the times when your dad can't have you. How come I didn't know? Nobody told me. And my son was like, stepmom in the background hearing this, right? So she gets on the phone and she's like, I can have my step's kids with me anytime I want, blah, blah, blah. So she hung up and she called the police. She called the police, and the police called me, and they're like, you're bothering this woman, blah, blah, blah. I said, I was talking to my kids who I have first right of refusal for, and why aren't they with me instead of with her? And now they're calling the police. And the police officer lady was like, yeah, it sounds like a domestic issue. I'm like, clearly, yes, it is. So Laura didn't like that. So Laura decided to get a restraining order against me. So they went down to the court. I was like, what the hell? When I got served, it's restraining order against my ex-husband, who, by the way, after we got rid of Laura, we were very good friends. I even let him stay at my house for 6 months. So I get this restraining order. I was like, what the actual F? Are you kidding me right now? So my dad was pissed. My dad was like, oh, no, we're not doing this. My dad got me a lawyer, and my brother showed up, and we marched into court on the day that we're supposed to do, do the actual real court hearing with the judge to see if this is a real reason for them to have a restraining order against me. So we get there. Of course, I stayed on this side of the court, and it was like this big, it's in Orange County. It's like this big round court building. So you could see everybody across. So my brother and my dad went over there, and my lawyer, and spoke to my ex-husband and his wife, Laura. And I see Laura crying. She's crying. They didn't have a lawyer with them. They were just going to go in there and bully me, right? My ex-husband, I don't even know why he even went along with this. Sometimes he was such a knucklehead. So she's crying. I was like, wonder what's happening over there. Literally, they leave. Boop, 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 boop. Lawyer goes in, tells the judge it's all over. Sorry, nothing happened here. We're not coming in. Bye. They dropped it. You know why? Because I showed up with an attorney and with my dad and with my brother and took it very seriously what they were accusing me of. It's not a game. You know, you don't get to play this game. My mother of your children, now you're getting a restraining order against her, your 4 kids that you have with this lady. Right. Who always got along with you. Oh, Carolina, it's my great granddaughter's 6th birthday today. I have to get ready to go to her birthday party. Happy birthday. I will be listening. Thank you so much, darling. Wish you all a wonderful Saturday. Thank you, Carolina. And thank you so much for being such a voice of reason and understanding and looking at this as a grown-up adult. I really appreciate that. And I'm only here because I'm speaking my truth on who the people are that are being accused of being these horrible screamers and people that are not that way. I hope Christina is careful if she files a countersuit, if she really has contacted people. Yeah, I mean, honestly, and I don't know. I'm sure, hopefully, whoever, they both, Lauren, Christina, they both just need attorneys, and let the attorneys work this out and see what this is all about. If this is going to continue, I don't know, you know. Also, the things on TikTok would be defamation, I would think. I don't think so, because you're allowed to say mean things about people on TikTok. But I don't know. Again, I'm not here to quote the law or talk about the law. Only thing I'm here for is to tell you guys my side of this as a person who really and truly knows some of those people that are being called names and said things about. And, you know, I really think that people like this is just a freaking mess that didn't need to be. And it's not what our true crime community is about. It just isn't. I'm disappointed. I really am. You know, this is about integrity, narrative control, and the behavior I have witnessed within the true crime community. And I think it's really messed up. And I'm very, very disappointed in a lot of people. I very much appreciate that you allow civil discourse. More people should acknowledge that. There are always 2 sides. Definitely let them. Yep. And, you know, my dad was born in Greece, and he loved to talk politics and debate people. And he became a U.S. citizen when he was like 12 years old, right? So he's a dual citizen. So am I now, by the way. I got my dual citizenship. I'm also a Greek citizen. So I can go stay in Europe as long as I want now, anywhere in Europe. I can move there tomorrow if I wanted to. Well, I got to take care of my mom. But he loved to talk, and he would sit here and debate and talk and have his opinion and listen to your opinion and have his opinion and listen to your opinion. And he would never personally attack anybody. And I learned from him that you're allowed to talk. You're allowed to give your opinion. This whole country right now is turned into this. Nobody's allowed to think differently than me, or you are a horrible person. And it's ridiculous. Now, I don't know if that is exactly what was said. That is what Lauren said. Did anybody hear those exact words come out of Christina, or was that Lauren's interpretation of it? I think the adjunct professor stuff is too, since he's one according to the letter that they showed. I mean, I think you're allowed to verify anyone's employment, right? I don't know. So-and-so work there? It's a big fat secret. I don't know. But again, I'm not a lawyer. I am a nurse. I'm a registered nurse. I do not know all the laws. I just know that what I can do and can't do with my practice as a nurse, and what I could be in big trouble for. So I don't know. Lauren, how did she say it? I'm not about cancel culture. They proceeded to try to cancel someone. That's what they said last night also. But also try to smear several others for opinions. Exactly. It's left or right nowadays, right, Journey? Yep. Yeah. So I just think that as far as everything goes, again, I'm not bringing any evidence here. This isn't what I was here to do. I was here to speak my truth about people that have, that I know are good people and are being called out as horrible people, and they're not. And let's just not do that. Let's just not do that, right? I I don't, like I said, I don't know Christina. I know other people. I know what I've heard through this. I gave Lauren her platform. I watched her 9 hours. I understand how stressful this could be. I don't love the fact that Lauren is throwing out things like her own SI thoughts that she's never had before. I consider that pretty bad to bring on your channel. I mean, it's just not cool. Like, unless you seriously are meaning that, then you need to go get professional help. If you're going to put it out there in the world that these are the thoughts you had, then you need a doctor, and you need one fast. So if that's not the case, then why are you saying it? For sympathy, empathy, control the narrative? I've been with the same old psychologist and a psychiatrist. We've had several conversations about John. His quarterback doxing people he did not know, or diagnosing people he did not know, or tests were not professional. You cannot diagnose people that you've never met. That is not cool. And he does do that. Like, what's the other guy that I like? Dr. Oh my gosh, he has like sort of a flat affect, but a very dry sense of humor. Dr. What is his name? Come on, you guys. He will review a case and give his opinion on a case. And he does it really, really well to where it makes sense. But yeah, you can't just diagnose. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get this one. The words about sperm were on a screen on Christina's account, so I don't think that's an interpretation. I honestly have not seen that. I haven't. But it's still probably not stalking. You can be people can be assholes and say asshole things without it be considered stalking or against the law. Dr. Grande, yes, Dr. Grande. He does a really good job of analyzing cases and people, but he's not diagnosing anybody. I think a truce just needs to happen and all parties stop and move on. I agree. Let them. Go read Mel Robbins' Let Them theory. It would do everybody a lot of good to do that. Yeah, damage control, controlling the narrative, not letting the other person speak. Christina with her 400 views before this. Who are the 400 people that probably just went doop, 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 whatever, I'm not even watching, like the TikTok. And now Lauren has driven people to her TikTok. I mean, you just gave her a platform, friend. Like, you just gave her a platform. It can get expensive having to hire attorneys, etc. Why can't common sense prevail and both parties act like adults? I agree with you 100%, Connie. I do. Like, this in this world of real life and real problems, you guys live in two different states. Stay away from each other. Don't talk to each other anymore. The end. That's all it needs to be. Does Christine have a criminal history? Has she ever stalked anybody? Has she tried to kill anybody? Did she follow you home from work? Come on. We didn't used to have this platform where you could go call people out on social media, but it happens all the time now. And if it happened all the time, everybody would be getting restraining orders against everybody. I'm old. TikTok. What? Lauren's brother. I guess Lauren's brother is a lawyer somewhere, and he's the one that sent she was served apparently at CrimeCon when she went in. That's how she was served the restraining order. Did I get that right? And then they told her she couldn't go to CrimeCon, but she could be in the hotel. And then they were in there first, and then Lauren wanted to come in. So they told Christina she had to leave because Lauren wanted to come in where Christina was, instead of just both of you stay away from each other when somebody's in there first. I think that they're the ones that get to Colorado. Yeah. I think whoever's there first gets to stay, just because you have this restraining order that hasn't even been going to court yet in your possession. You're being a bully and you're trying to be more powerful than you should be. You don't own CrimeCon, you know. Contacting Lauren's husband's employer is wild behavior. Now, how exactly did she contact her husband's employer? Was she just trying to prove that he actually worked there? What was she doing? Right? First come gets to say after the tickets were bought. Yeah. I mean, you guys, if you can't see how wrong that is, if you were really afraid and you knew that your stalker was going to be at CrimeCon and you were afraid for your family, would you even go to CrimeCon? Would you even go? If your stalker's in Kmart, or there's no Kmarts anymore, but if your stalker's in Target, would you go walk into Target and be like, excuse me, can you please make that lady over there leave? No, you wouldn't go to Target that day. Right? You wouldn't. You're trying to control the narrative. You're trying to push your way around all over the freaking planet. I own CrimeCon now. I own the bar at CrimeCon. I own the bar at the hotel. I'm going to do this before CrimeCon just to make my point. Come on. You can't tell me that that's not a little bit manipulative and mean on its own merit. Guess she didn't believe he worked there. I mean, okay, maybe, but what's so, I mean, just to try to see, does he really work there, or are you lying? Did she go there? Did she show up in his classroom that he was teaching? I don't know. Again, I think a lot of it is just nonsensical behavior that these girls should have realized that they're way past high school. Way past high school. No, she did not want Christina at CrimeCon. If Christina was there first, she should have been able to stay in the bar. She was. That was when they were all there with Anjanette Levy and all that. And they were sitting there, and Grayson came in and saw that Christina was there. So then they went to security, and they told Christina that Lauren wanted to come in, so that Christina had to leave. I mean, the way that was handled is bullshit. Bullshit, I'm telling you. I don't know. Lots of people called their jobs up. Oh, when I first started my channel here, I had a girl. Oh my God, she's probably still here somewhere with a different name. But anyway, she got mad at me. I mean, she was helping me. And she's the one that called Annie and told Annie the information that I had gotten from Jody, who was that one friend of Lori's friend's mom, who was on my channel, give me info, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, this woman, her name was Melanie too, her fake name, was talking to me all the time. And I was busy, and it was my birthday, and I was going to go out, and she wanted to talk to me. And I was like, I got to go. I got my friends meeting me for dinner for my birthday. And she's like, oh my God, go have a life. Well, in the meantime, I was like, you are crazy. Stay away from me. And it turned into kind of bullshit drama like that. It was a brand new channel, brand new, like I was 2 months old channel. I didn't know these people weren't going to be like, there's all these weirdo people out there that were going to be weird and think they were my new best friend. And, you know, but anyway, so then she went and looked up my nursing license, and someone that followed my channel back then said that she told him, the person that actually sent me the Melanie Gibb notes, the Reddit letter that everyone's to call. Nobody wants to give Kathy credit for that, especially Lauren. I'm just telling you, like I do have a little bit of pissed offness on a lot of this stuff that's going on, because I feel like as a community, we're like co-workers, right? Like you have your channel and my channel, we're co-workers. Like we can support each other. There's enough room on YouTube for everybody. But anyway, the Reddit letter, which wasn't the Reddit letter, I got it. But anyway, she told that guy that gave me that I'm not a nurse. She's like, she's not a nurse. Well, she looked me up in Oregon, where I was living at the time, but I was not working in Oregon. I was working remote and I was working in California. My job was in California. I did not need a nurse's license in Oregon. So anyway, she literally looked up my nursing license. So what is that? She told people I didn't have a nursing license. I mean, it was kind of messed up, but it wasn't anything to get a lawyer and sue over and get a restraining order, I don't think. Like, don't be going looking up my nursing license. And you're wrong anyway. I do have one. It's in California and it's public, you know? So I don't know. Parasocial hell. Exactly. Totally. Yeah. So yeah. So I guess Grayson literally was looking, like literally went in as her, I know somebody told me not to say flying monkeys anymore, but as her flying monkey, and went in that bar at CrimeCon to find her. And then they needed to go in there. There's so much shit, right? That's just a bunch of crap. Like, okay, maybe you say, Grayson, go in and make sure she's not there because I want to go in here. But if she's there, we'll go somewhere else. Not go find her. If she's in there, get her out of there so I can come in. It makes you sound like you think you're the queen of CrimeCon. Grayson needs to step away from this. She's too involved. She's too involved and she's too young, and she probably really just needs to be go do real life, not this YouTube crap. My throat is very dry. I hate people going after people's jobs. Lauren's minions sabotaged Annie Cushing's business so bad Annie had to shut down her channel. Right. You know, I mean, I'm telling you guys, I think there's a level of karma maybe here. You know, I don't know, but excuse me, do you know who I am and how many followers I have? Make that girl leave. That's how I take it. Like, it's just, you're not that important, girl. Only in your own mind. If your employee is seeing psychiatrist and now is on meds from the drama, don't ask her to go in further. True, right? Especially a psychologist for a boss. Right. Right. And Annie was family, right? And Annie was family. I mean, I don't agree with Annie. Annie and I have never agreed on anything. Annie came in guns a-blazing in the beginning, and she wrote some letter that I read one time back in like 2020, and then she was mad, and oh my God, there was so much freaking drama back then. I mean, I guess it's really mellowed over the years, right? But I'm not a big Annie fan. I don't think she's a very nice person a lot of the time, but you can't do that. You can't do that. Like, let her have her freedom of speech and let her say what she wants to say. That's what I heard. Thank you. I agree. Hence the reason for Janice standing up to her. Annie is a victim too, no matter what. Exactly. And yeah, Janice and Annie are good friends. I did see that Lauren put up. I did see. I did see. That's funny. I did see that Lauren put up a picture of Janice. Did I imagine that in her 9-hour thing, saying she wasn't allowed into Tylee and JJ's memorial? Seeing a psychiatrist at 25 is very sad. She needs to take a break because she is clearly defeated. Yeah. Scary stuff. Yeah. What did Holly put in? Hashtag free Grayson. Hashtag free Grayson. I'm almost feeling like it is a real thing right now, right? Lauren was a local TV reporter where I'm from. She came off then as I am the most important. Well, I don't know. Some people just have that vibe. I think, honestly, inside she's probably very, I don't know. I'm not going to analyze her. I'm not a psychologist, but I think, yeah, free Grayson. I think that some people that come off like that are actually insecure inside. Hashtag free Grayson. And who knows if her marriage is great, as she says. Clearly there's problems. That's my opinion. I mean, marriage is hard, man. Marriage is hard. We know that. If we've ever been married, it's hard. So to have extra stuff going on when you're trying to have a marriage is not help. It's not going to help at all. I mean, things like a death. Okay, now that's funny. Oh my God. That's funny. That is funny. I have to tell you, that's very funny. Free Dr. John. PTLD, the new PTSD. Don't go all crazy on me. It's a joke. Oh my God. That is funny. But yeah, I mean, but if your marriage is going through this kind of stress because of your job, it might be time to find another job. Nobody needs this kind of stress in their life, right? Nobody. And it's a sad, I don't know. I think I've kind of running out of words at this point, but the bottom line is, if you really want to call somebody a stalker, go through with actual court. Don't make up some story because there are going to be cameras there and then go on a 9-hour rant to control the narrative and not let the other side speak. So, and don't silence people. Content creators out there, if somebody's in your chat, did anybody even get silenced today? Maybe one earlier. Like, I welcome all opinions. And again, like I said, I'm super disappointed to be silenced by Trisha. And being called a hypocrite in my comments, fine. But I already explained that to you. This isn't an echo chamber. We don't do that here. We get to listen to other people. And I hope that you guys were able to be comfortable enough. Dr. Babe. Dr. Babe. Dr. Babe better watch his blood pressure. I am actually a little concerned for him. He looks like somebody waiting to have a massive heart attack, just from my nursing assessment. Just saying. I think they all need to take their little boy and go on a vacation for a while and relax under some beach with some blowing wind and palm trees. When people all agree, we should be worried. Absolutely. The other side has been speaking. She can do as long as she wants. This person has her texts and is distributing them. That's wrong. Kay and Annie had drama. Lauren picked Kay's side. Flying monkeys. Yeah, there's been a lot of that side, back and forth side stuff for a long time. Well, Annie, Annie, I think, didn't she post something about Kay, and then she got in the middle of it about Charles's sons should have got the money, the $1 million life insurance policy money, and she got all up in that whole thing and basically made it sound like Kay took money out of Charles's kids' mouths, basically. But it was all like, really? How did the other person get all her texts? Well, I think they're texts to her or to these friends. I don't think anybody went in Lauren's phone and found texts. I'm sure, from what I can tell, is oh, okay. So I just got some breaking information here. The picture that Lauren put up of Janice in her 9-hour rant saying that she wasn't allowed into the memorial. Apparently, Janice never even went to the memorial. So she was an employee and had access to her texts. Yeah, no, I would really love to hear the other side of this story. Because this again, this is all Lauren's side. We haven't heard the other side, right? Okay. Okay, apparently you can look up the court documents. They're all there. You can look them up. And what the judge said. The judge said, the judge told Lauren that Christina has a right to free speech and is not against the law to not like someone or to share red flags online. So that came from the court documents. So yeah, we can request the court documents. I guess they're available to request. Look up the court documents. They speak for themselves. That's what I'm being told. So but were these text messages between Christina and Lauren, or did somebody go into Lauren's phone and screenshot all her text messages? I'm not clear on that. So I can't say. I'm not clear on that at all. I hope Dr. Babe loses some weight. That will help his blood pressure and health. Yeah, and I'm telling you, my ex-husband looked very fit. He was not overweight at all. He had chronic hypertension. I told him for years to keep taking his medicine, and he would stop and then go on it and not. And his cause of death was cardiovascular hypertension. So let me show you a picture of him. Let's see if I got one here. Okay, well, no. Well, here's a picture from our wedding way back when. Because somebody handed us a baby, right? And we're like, oh, whatever, silly picture. But his let's try to find my daughter's wedding. Okay. Here's when he was walking my daughter down the aisle a couple years back. So preventable, right? So sad. So sad. I just this breaks my heart for my kids, So sad. So yeah, Dr. John, he might want to heed that warning, lose some weight, exercise, stay away from the freaking stress of all this nonsense. Thank you. Yep, very preventable. And it's too bad. Where can you look up the court documents? I guess it's, what county is it in? Wherever that county is, you can probably request them. Did you say it was Provo? What county in Utah is that? That's where I would start. All Law Tube would also covered that hearing. Yeah, Law Tube, right? Well, yeah. Let's see. I got texts, but some of them have nothing to do with anything. So I keep looking at it. So yeah, you guys, I do appreciate that you let me speak on my own. I really felt like it was important, and I know whatever, that one person was bored and said they expected more for me to talk about, but I'm not gonna tell other people's side. I'm just telling you that there is another side, and I think that Utah County, okay. Who can say they have all their texts from years? I did, LOL, but I had to trade phones. Poof, gone. But I know people that delete them right after they get them. A lot of people do. Okay. So from what I'm being told is nobody actually went into Lauren's phone. So if Lauren's making it sound like people went into her phone, that isn't what happened. These are text messages that she sent between people that were not cool, talking about other people. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm understanding. So nobody went in Lauren's phone. Lauren sent these text messages. I mean, every text message you send goes to another person, right? They're there. They're out there. That person has control of them now, you know? Right? So every text message in my phone, the other person has. So if they decide to show it or share it, I sent it. I wrote it. I put it in writing. Hey, seriously, if you want to talk crap on somebody, talk. Don't put it in writing. Anything you put in writing can come back and bite you in the ass. And it does. Just pick up the phone and talk and make sure they're not recording you. I respect you letting these 4 ladies tell their story in their own time. I bet their attorneys are advising them to stay quiet for now. I would say that's probably the case. Yeah. And being that I'm really not one of the 7 gatherers, I'm just speaking from what I know about these people, and I think they're great people. Christina so far makes Christina look like the one with the mean girl problem. She is totally wrong to disparage Dr. John's credentials. He is legitimate. But is that stalking? Is that against the law? Did that break the law? Right? Nothing is safe. Well, okay, if you record somebody's conversation in California, both parties have to know it's being recorded. But there's other states where it's a one-party state and only one person has to know it's being recorded. So there's that. So if you call me and record it, because I'm in California, you have to tell me you're recording it. Some states are 2-party states, some states are 1-party state. So if you want to record somebody without them knowing, make sure they're in a 1-party state and you're in a 1-party state. What's okay with me? I don't know what you're talking about. I think that, again, we've heard Lauren's side of the story. We did not hear Christina's side of the story, but I know people that are being blasted and put on blast that are good people that aren't what Lauren's telling you they are. They just aren't. They aren't. People I've known for freaking years now, like since the beginning of my channel. So people I've spent time with in person, people that I know on a personal level. So I am telling you that I'm kind of at a loss for words because I've said this so many times now. These are good people. In my opinion, they are my friends. I know them. I've met them. I've spent time with them. I've talked to them for years. I said I don't know Christina, but this is still not stalking. The judge said, it's not stalking. It's mean, maybe she's been mean to you, but being mean to you, you've been mean to people, you're mean to people. Look at your text messages you're crying about that are out there. You've been mean to people. Before this happened with Lauren, Dr. John wasn't well, according to Lauren. No, I'm sure he's not. He, shoot, sounds super stressful, which doesn't help matters. Idaho, one-party state, as far as I know. All right, so when I go to Idaho, I'm going to record you and not tell you if you're in Idaho or somewhere else. Hi, my friend, Ms. Brooks. Long time no see. It's good to have a Saturday live again. Go get yourself a treat. Oh, Shirley, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. You're awesome. When you don't, someone better not say you are my friend and I love you and start buying gifts and red flag. When you don't, someone. You know, Stacy, you might know this. I guess, oh my God, I can't watch that 9-hour thing again. But Dr. John, like you were saying, diagnoses people without ever meeting them. And apparently he diagnosed Christina without ever meeting her, which is totally unethical as a healthcare person provider. You cannot do that. You cannot diagnose somebody that you've never met and never talked to. Like, you just can't. It's super wrong. And if that's out there on blast, what he's diagnosed her with, which if I remember right, it was in the 9-hour crybaby rant. Right? So Dr. John's diagnosing Christina, and we're all going to say that that's okay? Maybe that's why she looked him up. This dude's diagnosing me. Is he really a licensed clinical provider? Because maybe, just maybe, he could lose his license for that. Just maybe. Nosy neighbor. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Thank you very much. So I am on leave from work, you guys, for the next couple months to take care of my mama until I can get a full-time caregiver or get her placed somewhere, which I really don't want to do. But oh my gosh, she's up in the middle of the night. She's talking to invisible people. Yesterday she yelled at this invisible girl that told her she can't clean the house because I thought the cleaning people were coming. I'm like, who is she looking at? Like, just so much stuff. It's like horrible. And it's so exhausting. Like 2 a.m. the other night, she was up out in the living room, all the lights on, because this is my room, and then my door's there, so you can see the light because the kitchen's right, like there's a little teeny hallway and then the kitchen. So you turn on the living room lights, you turn on the hallway light, check the hallway light, the living room light, every light in the freaking place on. And I hear her talking, and I'm like, what is she talking about? Get out of bed, go out there. And it's like she's entertaining people in the living room that aren't there. I said, go to bed. She's like, what? I said, go to bed. She goes, oh, the people. I'm like, the people are fine. Go to bed. Turn off the lights. I'm sleeping. It's 2 a.m. Like, oh my God. She's like, Kathy, you're crazy. And I'm thinking, maybe. I don't know. At this point, at 2 o'clock in the morning, when you're talking to invisible people, maybe I am the crazy one. Awesome. Okay, well, I just got some good news. So my mom, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then my friend was spending the night because she had a doctor appointment and she lives kind of far from here. And then the doctor appointment was close to here. And so I hear at 6 a.m, I hear my friend Joan say, where are you going? My mom was trying to get out the sliding door. She said, the movers are coming. We have to get everything packed. We have to go. We're going to move today. We're moving. And then I walked out there. I'm like, what? She's like, we're moving. Are we taking everything? Are we leaving? I'm like, oh my God. Anyway, I can't, like, so much. It's so exhausting. I'm just telling you, it's so exhausting. And my full-time job as a hospice nurse is very exhausting. And so I'm taking a break right now. So with my break, I will live stream more. I guess I'm telling you all that just to get to the point, like, I have time right now. So we'll do this again. Let me see. Let's see. I'm going to see what you guys are saying. I'm missing. I think he does a disclaimer when he is giving his opinion. I think he said it shows antisocial traits. He didn't diagnose her. He also dodged the witness for her statement at the BK sentencing. He also dodged the witness for her statement at the BK sentencing. In his professional opinion, his wife shows social traits, cluster B personality disorder. Just saying, don't be nice to friends' faces and then text crap right after. Right. Don't. If I got something bad to say about you, I'm going to tell you. You're going to know. Like, remember, Stacy, when I got mad at my friend Joan from what the crap she said to me? And, I put that out there publicly. I'm like, this is what she said. This is, no, you don't get to treat people poorly. And then, and how rude is it just to talk about them behind their back? Right? Oh, yeah, I have to have a sense of humor about my life because you will see me drinking a lot or something if I didn't. He most definitely does not use a disclaimer all of the time. Everyone needs to move on. Most everyone is guilty of saying stuff in private text they don't want out there. Starting a TikTok is not right, especially when there's defamation. Please, truce. Thank you. Thank you. I have a sense of humor about my mother, I think is what she's saying, because it's like so much. He does it often. Dodged. Oh, okay. Kathy asked about her mom. Yeah, it's not dealing with that. I mean, it's common. No, yeah, my mom, I have to have a sense of humor about dealing with my mom. Otherwise, yeah, I'd be like, somebody take this lady out of here. Oh, 5 years. I've had my mother 5 years since I moved in this house. So Christina's TikTok, it's about Lauren's brother, were vile and disgusting. Unbelievable that you're an apologist for her and these deranged women calling themselves the Seven Gatherers. Unsubscribed. Okay, bye. Go. You're entitled to your opinion, but you don't need to come in here and call people names. I'm not doing that. Lord have mercy. This is the kind of stuff that isn't okay. You mocked Trisha behind the scenes for ages, yet are nice to her face. I've never mocked Trisha, ever. Show me where I've mocked Trisha. Ever. Moonlight View. That is bullshit. I will call bullshit on that every day of the week. I've never said anything bad about Trisha. Not once. Show it. Find me. Find it. Please show me. Please show me where I said anything bad about Trisha. I've never said anything. You are crazy. I thought you were a nice person. Jesus Christ. I think she should have kept her husband out of it and don't have him on her channel. Lauren's minions strike again. Yep, there they are. Prove it. Exactly. I've never heard that. The opposite. I've never said anything bad about her. I've helped her. She's helped me. Yep. My mods told you? Which mods? Now you're cracking me up. Moonlight View, I'm really disappointed in you. Actually, last night, I thought you were kind of trying to figure out what happened here. And I thought in the chat, I saw some of your comments and they were actually not mean, but now you're coming into my chat to be mean. I never said anything. My mods are here. Speak, mods. Tell them what I've said bad about Trisha. There might be an old mod who told a lot of lies. I will tell you that. So if she told lies, that's her problem because she's cuckoo. But anybody that's still my mod or anybody that, I might have gotten rid of a mod that told lies at one point. But if it didn't come out of my mouth, it didn't happen. Jennifer, hi. I love your channel, Kathy. You can debate without hate and agree to disagree. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm disappointed in Moonlight View too. Mods would never have said that. No, not real mods anyway. She's saying, right. She's saying that my mods said I talk shit on Trisha. There's only a few people I've talked shit on since my channel started. And those are people that have talked shit on me first. And Trisha isn't one of them. And I barely do. Almost never. Like, it's not. There's so many more important things in this world. Kathy, you are having a mood. I'm being honest. Your past mod's very reliable, and stop putting my ass in the road because you are triggered. I did defend you. You did. But I've not talked bad about Trisha, so that's a lie. So if anybody said that, that's a freaking lie. So go for it, Moonlight View. You know, bye-bye. I'm not going to defend that anymore because I know I didn't say it. I know who I am. I think both sides are wrong and causing unnecessary drama. Like, you're coming in here to cause more drama that doesn't even exist because I'm defending people that I think are good people, or putting my opinion out there about Lauren's long rant for 9 hours when she wouldn't let the court decide. That's it. Both sides are wrong and causing unnecessary drama. If you're going to stir the shit, you should expect to lick the spoon. Mm-hmm. Is that really you? It doesn't sound like you. Right? Is that really the real Moonlight View? I don't know. Kind of curious. We just talked last night about how we were sad that Trisha did that because we have always liked her, always. Yeah, we did. We talked about that. Like, I'm just disappointed that she did that and allowed that. Yeah, web sleuths. Trisha also talks about people and takes sides. She took Lauren's side on this without hearing the other side. Yeah. What's the name of the mod? Can you please tell us, Moonlight? Who is the exact mod that you heard this from? Please share. Say her name. Because if she said that about me, I would like to know who it is. Or he, whatever. No, I know. But now I'm just super curious which mod or X mod. There was a bunch of mean girls way back when my channel was brand new that I modded that I got rid of. Clearly, hello, do you even see them in my chats anymore? Say your name. We need the truth. Yep. Come on, spill it. Say it right here publicly. I am triggered because I don't like being called a liar. I take pride in my reputation as a good, honest, truthful person. So yeah, I am triggered if you're going to come in here and say that shit to me. Yeah, I'm triggered. Wouldn't you be? Let's see. Any more info here? Right? We're waiting. I mean, we can wait. Percy can wait, huh, Percy? People saying that you said mean things about Trisha when you never did. Not cool. Old mod checking in, Kathy. Thank you. Has never, ever said anything but kind things to and about Trisha. What a lie. Thank you, PLM. Miss you, girl. It's not that mod. Yeah, it's fine. You can boot her because she's being a jerk right now. I mean, we gave her a chance to explain, but she kept going. You're not even an old mod. You're still a mod. You're a wrench. You're a mod. Yeah, I know. There's nothing wrong with debating things and trying to see other points of view. I think it's fun, honestly, to talk about things and have a point of view without attacking somebody personally. I like to talk about politics and stuff. Like, tell me why you believe what you believe. Tell me why. This is why I think this. This is how come I have this point of view. Why do you have that point of view? You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, one of my kids is calling me. Tell him I'll call him back. Hold on. Back. The kids always, they never call, and then they always call. Yeah, exactly. That's cool. You can boot her for 24 hours. That's how I got booted from Trisha's channel for 24 hours. Just pay back a little bit. Now, disappointed in these people that do this. This is not cool. Like, don't come in here and start trying to cause shit with me for talking about this subject that somebody else took an entire 9 hours to defend herself and call up other people out. Not cool. Right? All right. Well, dogs want to potty. I'm kind of hungry. I need to eat something and check on my mom. Earthquake. 2.77. Didn't even feel it. I watch Christina's TikToks. They are disgraceful. The lady has children. She is immature and mean. She is calling the college John volunteers for and then saying he's not qualified. All right. Oh, I would like to know who that mod is. Yeah, for sure. She can email me and tell me. All right, I'm going to go. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And everybody that was in the chat today, you guys are great. Thank you for being here and for being kind and open-minded and willing to listen and talk and give your opinion, whether it's different than mine or anybody else's in the chat, in a nice way without attacking each other. That's what we're here for. That's what we're doing. And that's what we're going to continue to do. All right. All right. I will see you later. Have a great night, day, whatever it is where you're at.